We are moving into a new dimension. We're moving into a new way of life. How will you choose to show up in this new world? Tonight, I want to wake you up. Tonight, I want to make you feel good. Tonight, I want to help you heal. Tonight, I want to inspire you. Tonight, I want to make you move. Tonight, I want to raise your vibration. I want you to take in a deep breath, begin to move your body, and get yourself ready to experience a sacred awakening. Hello, hello, hello. Hey there, everybody. Welcome, welcome to day 5 of our Sacred Awakening. It's Chanel Cooper Sykes. I'm so excited to be here tonight with you guys for another amazing night of healing, getting elevated, getting aligned, opening up our energy centers, and letting go of all of that stuff from the past, all of this stuff from this year and beyond. Say that, just dust it off. Just start to dust it off. Come on, chick. Tell us to choose now. Tell us to choose now. Yes. We're going to choose. Yes. So excited tonight. As you guys come on in here tonight, let me know who you are, where you are watching from. Yes, I actually go back and look at your comments, and I actually see who you are who's watching. So I send you so much love tonight into your homes, wherever you are. I want you to hug yourself right now. Hug yourself right now. I want you to feel really good about yourself right now. What you have chosen to do. You have chosen to show up here tonight for 5 nights in a row. And if you haven't, go back and watch the other ones. But you made a choice to heal. You made a choice to tap in to my frequency, to our frequency, and to this sacred frequency of love and life before we end 2020. And I'm so excited to be on this journey with you guys. So excited. Tonight is all about a very, very important part of your body and your life. I want everybody to take your hands and just place it on your belly. Place it on your belly. Yes, tonight is all about our solar plexus. This is the core root of who we are. This is the core root that holds us in place in our existence. This area right here is what gives us our identity. It's what gives us our confidence. It gives us our power to choose. Do you realize that every single part of your life, no matter what's happening in the outer world, is all a result of your choices? I want you to say that it's my choices. It's my choices that determine what I do in this world. Today's affirmation was I do, right? I do. I do. What do I do? Did you take some time to really think about that today? What actions do I actually physically take in this world? What am I doing with my time? What am I doing with my words? What am I doing with my skills, my talents? What am I doing with my gift? Today, I'm so excited to open up this space because this solar plexus space is where we are going to have to really dig deep in this new identity that we are all birthing right now so that we can get to a powerful place so that we can actually go out and do bigger things in this world. You see, you can only do what you know. And what you know about yourself, what you believe about yourself, that determines who you'll be in this world. So today, we're going to go ahead and choose. We're going to go ahead and choose. Taking a deep breath. And I want you to think about the choices that you've made thus far in your life to be where you are. I want you to think about, what do you really believe about yourself right now? Just sit with yourself right now. Put your hands on your stomach right now. And we're going to get into some of this good work. Take a deep breath. Let's get into some work. Let's get into some work. So your solar plexus area is, like I said, the core root of your self-identity, your self-belief. And for a lot of us right now, who we are, it's been challenged, right? I don't know about you, but I'll raise my hand to this. I've been challenged in this last year to really look at who am I being in my personality? Who am I being in who I think that I am in this world. And so going inside of your solar plexus and beginning to open this energetic space up, what it does is it allows you to actually see what it is that you're choosing. Some of us don't realize that we're making choices in our lives based upon false beliefs about ourselves. You know, when you were a kid and your mother told you that you couldn't do something, or maybe you got older and went through relationships where you've experienced rejection, or you've experienced deep trauma, or maybe you were betrayed and your trust was broken. All of those emotions sit right here in the belly. And if we don't look at those emotions and actually take time to heal those emotions, what they do is they kind of create a ball in our stomach. Do you ever feel like you just have big balls rolling around in your stomach, big butterflies rolling around in your stomach, right? Well, we call that anxiety a lot of times, anxiety and stress. And right now, anxiety is kind of at an all-time high, right? You guys feel that uncertainty in the air, that unknowingness in the air. Well, this solar plexus is what will allow you to have some self-certainty. I want you to say that, self-certainty. Your solar plexus directs all of your inner trust within yourself. But the first thing that you have to do is you got to open up that space, and you have to do a little bit of healing of the things that were maybe said to you, that were projected onto you, or that you maybe been projecting yourself. Now this core space right here not only holds your self-identity, but it also holds the space where your intuition lives. Say that, my intuition lives here. And your intuition is what I like to call kind of like your internal GPS system. It's almost like God put this system inside of us where when we set a particular destination that we desire to be, this navigation begins to tell us if we should go right, if we should go left, if we should go forward, if we should stop and slow down, or if we should turn around completely, right? And it is designed to actually take you to the destination of what it is that you desire. It's designed to take you to what you're asking for. So if you're asking for peace, if you're asking for more money, for more wealth, if you're asking for health, that internal GPS system is set up to take you there. But if you're asking for worry and you're asking for lack, you're asking for sadness, it's going to take you there too. But here's the thing about that internal GPS system. There's this little small voice that lives there, right? And that little small voice shows up in the form of what's called a gut feeling. You know? That gut feeling, it's what tells us this is the right path for you. This is the right person for you. Oh, no, you got to pull yourself back and watch out for this person. But see, if that voice and that gut feeling is muffled, if it's covered up with your insecurities, if it's covered up with your self-doubt, if it's covered up with your fear, if it's covered up of your lack of being able to trust other people, you can't hear it at all. So what ends up happening is you're kind of out in life, driving around pointlessly, aimlessly, trying to get to a destination that you know you want to be at. You know you want to be at 6, 7, 8 figures. You know you want to be in a passionate, loving relationship, marriage, partnership. You know that you want your body to feel a certain way. You know that there are certain things that you are called to do in this world, and you see it. But the roadmap to get there, that voice is turned off. So what winds up happening is you kind of go through life taking the long route. And sometimes you just go in the completely wrong direction. You're on the wrong side of town, honey. Well, what it is that you say that you want is over here, but energetically, emotionally, mentally, physically, you're all the way down south. And so to bridge that gap between where you are and where you want to be, and to turn back on that navigational system that tells you, yes, this is right. Yes, this is for you. Or no, we should try something else. And that part of you that keeps you solid, where you can look at yourself in the mirror and say, I trust myself. I know that I'm going to make the right decision. I know that I'm doing the right thing because I'm tapped in to me. Your solar plexus is that bridge. Your solar plexus is that space on your physical body that when we begin to open it up, you're going to be able to hear and listen and be led with ease and peace. That's how I want to operate. I want to make my decisions with ease and peace. Say that. I make my decisions with ease and peace. We don't have a difficult time. You know, when someone asks you, what do you want to eat? And you go, I don't know. Simple decisions like that are sometimes hard to make when we haven't taken the time to actually decide what we like. We haven't even taken the time to decide what we actually want to do, right? So this is really about calling our self-power back, calling back our freedom of choice. What do I choose? What do I choose? What do I choose? Let's begin to heal this solar plexus. We're going to go into our healing exercise right now. And I want you to grab out or pull out your 2 healing hands. And I want you to begin to rub them together. And those of you who are just joining us and you don't understand the power of your own hands right now in this moment, I want you to realize that every single thing that you need, every single thing that you desire, anything that you need to heal, elevate, expand, create, destroy, that power is already inside of you. That is the power of God. That is the power of the Holy Spirit. That is the power that is in you. And all you have to do to access that power is tap into yourself. God is not out there in the sky somewhere. There was no outer God somewhere else that could do anything for you aside from who you are and who is in you. So let's rub our hands together right now, generating our own power, feeling your own heat. And I want you to just hold your hands right there. Taking a deep breath and just tap into the sound. Give me a little more sound, Shantu. Let's feel that. Let's feel that. The sound that you are hearing right now is a 528 megahertz. And this is also what we like to call a miracle tone. The tone of this sound, the vibration that it oscillates on, it's the vibration of love, the frequency of love. I want you to take your hands right now and go ahead and place it over your belly right now. Your 2 hands apart so it covers your whole belly. And I want you to take a deep breath and expand your belly and release, pushing it in. Taking in a deep breath, expand your belly and release. And right now I want you to just allow your stomach to just rumble in your own hands. If you've been feeling any anxiety, any self-doubt, any fear, and I want you to be honest with yourself right now. There's been a lot of fear in the universe. And no matter how empowered you are, or no matter how much you operate from a place of love, we are still human beings in this physical body. And energy does collect in our physical body. And right now we're just going to remove that anxiety and that fear that's been sitting in our bellies. Just place your hands. Taking in a deep breath, I want you to expand your belly like a balloon. And release. On your release, I want you to imagine anxiety pulling out of your belly like a balloon. Exhaling, taking in a deep breath. Expand your belly as much air as you can. And I want you to hold it. Hold that belly really big. And let that air rumble around into your solar plexus, opening up the corners, the nooks, the crannies, and release. We're going to do that one more time, taking in the biggest breath. Expand your belly like you are pregnant with God's love. Let it in, let it in, let it in. And hold it for just a couple of seconds, letting that air move around, circulating your belly and your organs. And release. And just be still for a moment here. I want you to bring into your mind right now how you feel about yourself. What do you think about yourself? Who are you? there's any fear that begins to come up when you ask yourself that question, just allow it to release in your hand. If there's any words of unworthiness that come out and say, I'm a nobody, let that go. If the feeling of being a failure comes up, let that go. Let it come out. The feeling of sadness comes out. A lot of times sadness sits right here in our belly. You know, when we give people the fake smile. How you doing? Fine. That fine pushes those emotions down into the belly. We're going to be honest with ourselves right now. Let's go one more breath. I feel something else that needs to come out. One more big, deep breath. And release, pushing your belly in. Now let's open the solar plexus area up. I want you to arch your spine. Arch your spine and then curve your spine back under. Curving your stomach and digging out a cave in your stomach. And we're going to do it again, pushing your stomach out and bringing your stomach in. This movement right here just opens up the base of the spine, opening up the tummy. And now I want you to do some belly rolls. Now you know how to do a good belly roll, right? Give me a good belly roll and let's start bringing some movement into that waistline, some movement into that gut. And I want you to say to yourself, turn on, turn on. We're going to turn on this inner GPS system. We're going to turn on our inner guidance. We're going to turn on our trust. We're going to turn on our self-belief. Turned on. It's okay to turn yourself on sometimes, you know. Now I want you to just move your waist and be still. Let us call in some self-trust. Let us call in some self-trust. Self-trust comes from knowing and believing in the power that is in you. Believing that when you think a thought, when you ask a question, when you speak a word, that those words go out and they come back to you in its exact form. I'll say that in a different way. Self-trust is knowing that if you ask God for something, that it will be delivered. And so in the interim between the time of you asking and the time of it being delivered, the self-trust is the solidness that you have inside of you, knowing that you already have it. Knowing that what you asked for is already yours. Or knowing that the decision that you made was the right decision and standing in the decision, meaning making the decision. And even if you make a decision and something goes wrong, you just make it right, but you stay in the decision. You stay solid in your choices, solid in who you are, solid in who you are, solid in who you are. Say that, I am solid, I am certain, I am certain, I am certain. Say to yourself, I am secure, I am secure, I am secure, I am secure, I am safe, I am safe. Wrap your arms around your belly right now, feeling that. I want you to imagine that you are in a vehicle right now, and the GPS in that vehicle has the softest, smoothest, sexiest voice that makes you smile. And that voice right now is telling you, yes, you can. We are on our way. I am going to guide you. I am going to tell you to go left or to go right. I am going to tell you when to pick the phone up. I am going to tell you when to take the action. I am going to tell you when to say no. I am going to tell you when to walk away. I am going to tell you. And just trust that feeling. Tell yourself, when I have a gut feeling, I listen. When I have a gut feeling, I listen. When my GPS tells me where to go, I listen. Say, I listen to me. I listen to me. When you begin to listen to you, You'll begin to do what you desire. You'll begin to receive what you deserve. You'll begin to enjoy the choices that you make. I listen to me. Trust me. Taking in a deep breath, let's bring this energy up. I trust myself. I know myself. I believe in myself. I believe in myself. I believe in myself. I believe in myself. Yes, feeling that energy. Shantu, give us something to take this up. I want you guys to sit in this self-trust feeling. If you got to stand up right now, we're going to take a quick break. If you got to stand up and move your belly, do some belly rolls, opening up this middle area. I want you to sway, open up that spine, open up those obliques. You can even do a full back bend, opening up that belly button. And as you move, just keep thinking, I trust myself. I trust myself. I am solid. I trust myself. Tell yourself I always make the right decision all the time, right on time. And we'll be right back, everybody. I love you guys. I'll see you soon. Are you looking for a place where you can show up and be your divine, whole, feminine, powerful self? A sisterhood that's going to lift you up and hold you accountable for your greatness and call you out on the moments where you may be lacking. Are you looking to be authentic, for your voice to be heard? Are you looking to be seen and acknowledged and be celebrated? Are you looking to grow and flourish and blossom to be bigger and better than you've ever been? Are you ready to hold yourself accountable for who you are called to be? Invest in yourself, and not only with money, but invest in yourself emotionally. Invest in your mind, invest in your body, invest in your future. Are you ready to actually be able to look yourself in the face every single day and know exactly who you are? Are you ready? Are you ready to lead, to show people what God actually looks like? Are you ready to show people what the results of the work look like? Are you ready to be the example? Are you ready to be the one? If so, I'd like to invite you into my sacred circle. Sacred circle. Sacred circle is, I like to call it like my baby. It's a really intimate, private group of women who I work with up close and personal. Every 7 days, there is what I like to call a sacred conversation, where the sacred community comes together. We're on a Zoom call and we can see each other, and we're in my sacred space or in some part of my home. And we just tap in and let the spirit flow. And it's almost like whatever someone was asking for, or a piece of information that someone may have needed, a prayer or something that they need, it just flows through the conversation, through another person, through their question, or it flows through me. And the energy just moves, you know. We may dance, we may meditate, we may have a business strategy, we may, focus on a particular amount of money that we're all collectively manifesting. It's a family. The kind of women I want to see sign up for Sacred Circle are women who have ascended to what I like to call the realm of goddessness. And that's a place where you're serving at a greater level. You're walking in leadership. You're not only making decisions for yourself and other people, you're creating environments for other people to thrive. You are holding space for other people to be able to tap into you. So the women that I want in this program are women who are full, women who are clear in what they're here to do, and who are able to show up in that fullness, meaning they're not coming to just seek something, they're coming to give something. The mission for Sacred Circle as a group is to create collective energy, vibrational momentum, community, camaraderie, sisterhood, accountability, fun, a place where you can be sexy and be free and be fluid and be open and be happy, be accepted. It's like home. Well, right now I think it's incredibly important in this time in particular because our human connection has been disrupted, and disheveled, which in some ways can be a good thing because it has caused us to rethink and rearrange and choose different in how we value community. And so this time in Sacred Circle, I want to kind of build our own world, our own culture, our own sorority, if you will. But it's the home where you can tap into where all of your resources are in a space where the source lives within us. Hey there, everybody. Welcome back. Welcome back. Y'all choosing? Are you choosing? Are you choosing? Are you choosing? You choosing? You choosing? Hey, it's time for us, y'all, to choose who we want to be in this new world. It's time for us to choose what we want to stand for, what we want to contribute. And now is your time right now in this moment. The time of us just kind of waiting for life and allowing things to come to us and going with the flow of what's happening in life, or should I say, the force of what's happening in life, because we want to move into flow, right? Now is the time to realize that all of the outer things that we thought that once controlled us, they really don't exist. Did you get that? Did you get that in this last season? Right? Do you understand that there are a lot of outer forces, a lot of outer things, but our ability to choose who we want to be, it never changed. So you got to be solid in that and not sway and move and push and change just because the outer things are changing around you. And this is where that core strength comes from in this solar plexus area. So I don't know about you, but this season, I choose to actually do something extraordinary. I choose to use my God-given gifts and talents and skills and abilities to speak to people all over the world. I choose to be an incredible friend. I choose to have integrity. I choose to keep a beautiful home. I choose to be healthy. I choose to give. I choose to make a difference in this world. Everything is a choice. So I want you to begin to choose right now. Yes. So we're gonna get into some good questions. I know we're on day 5 and a lot of things have happened over the last 5 days, energetically and spiritually. Even though we just come here every night for an hour or so and there's just posts online and you're doing your assignments and we're in the physical doing things, there are some incredibly supernatural things that are happening in the unseen. Right? You guys get that? Things are happening in the unseen. And so those things in front of you may still look a certain way. You may say, Chanel, nothing has really changed for me yet. I don't really feel anything yet. Maybe I'm feeling a little bit. I need you to know that dramatic things have been healed, broken off, completely transformed. You've got all sorts of people, places, things that are on their way to you simply because you're beginning to open up your energy centers. And so we've done a lot of work, and I want to know where you are right now. I want to know what's going on, and let's get into some good questions. And so if you have some questions, type it below. We got Natalie here. Let's see what the spirit does. Y'all know when the questions start being asked, stuff starts happening. All right. Type your questions below. Are you on Facebook or Instagram? Both, YouTube and Facebook. Okay, awesome. Awesome. Now you remember my rules now. You know my rules? Don't ask me no stupid questions now. You ask stupid questions, you get stupid answers. You understand? And that is actually a principle of life. I am so serious. You ask God for stupid requests, you're gonna get stupid results. So you want to learn how to ask the right questions so you can get back the right answers. And that's even a question itself. What questions should I be asking? I ask myself that all the time.
All right, we got a question here. How do you build self-discipline?
How do you build self-discipline? How do you build self-discipline? Well, discipline comes from accumulated repetition. Accumulated repetition, doing something again and again and again, right? But I want to touch on something really quickly because people ask those questions to me all the time. How do you build self-discipline? Or how do you manifest things? Or, how do you create a habit? Well, if you really take a look at your life right now, everything that you're doing in your life on a consistent, regular basis is your discipline, right? So if your bank account is low, and it's always been low, you've been disciplined to have a low bank account, right? If your judgment, if you're a very judgmental person, you've disciplined yourself to always have an opinion about people, right? So discipline is an internal muscle that allows you to be strong around a particular thing. And so it's just the accumulated repetition, doing something again and again and again. Now, there's always that threshold between starting something new and actually getting it into the body to where your body recognizes it. And in that space is what I like to call the work. There is work that you actually have to do in order for you to build a muscle or to create something. Same concept when we work out and go to the gym, right? If you want to get strong biceps, you want a strong body, you've got to do what? Accumulated repetitions again and again and again and again. And over time, you discipline the muscle, right? And form begins to build. Well, when you first start going to the gym, it doesn't feel good. You go through a point of resistance, you go through a point of pain, you go through a point where you don't know some of the exercises, some of the things your body is at a limitation you can't even do. So that's the same thing if, let's say, you're disciplining yourself to manage your finances so that you can increase to become a 7 or 8 figure earner, right? Well, the discipline to that, it may feel very uncomfortable in the beginning. You may have to say no, right? And that's what a lot of people experience, long-term pain in their body, long-term pain in their financial status, long-term pain in their emotions because they settle for short-term pleasure, things that bring them immediate physical pleasure, instead of actually doing the work on a deeper level, on a spiritual level, on an internal level to actually change things vibrationally so that you can have long-term pleasure. Make sense? Awesome.
This one's fun. I feel like I'm so powerful that I won't be able to control it. It frightens me.
Oh.
What do I need to do?
This baby said she's scared of her power. But you scared of your power. Oh my gosh, I love this question because I actually have had so many people in this last season of this universal transformation come to me and say, Chanel, girl, I'm losing my mind. Like, I'm hearing all sorts of voices. I can see things. Every time I say something, it just shows up. It's so weird. I think something and then that person, they just call me. What is happening? And what is happening, it is called alignment. It is called alignment. Your physical body is getting itself aligned with your spiritual body, right? And the spiritual body has supernatural gifts, and everybody has a different gift. Here's what's amazing. Every single person, human being, has the ability to manifest and to create, right? And we all have gifts, but those people who are what we call sleep, they're programmed or they are conditioned to believe a certain thing, those people aren't able to tap into that power. And what happens is when they get a glimpse of it, they get afraid of it. And they call it witchcraft, or they call it something demonic, or they get terrified of it. When really, power is power. I want you to say that. Power is power. Electricity is electricity, right? Water is water, meaning you can drown in an ocean. You can also drown from a cup of water. You can stick your finger in a socket and you can fry yourself, or you can turn on your microphone, and, your microwave, and you can fry or cook something and heat something up because of electricity. I share that with you to say that your personal power, it holds no favor, right? We all have it. And when you begin to step into the awareness of it, there isn't anything to be afraid of, right? What you want to become is conscious of how you're using it. So if I have a big electrical socket, I need to think about what I'm going to stick in it, because I know that I can either light the house up or blow the house up. That's the same thing with your power. It's the same thing with your mouth. It's the same thing with your mind. I know that I need to be really strategic and deliberate about what I'm going to think about this person, because I can either create a destructive situation in this relationship, or I can create love and harmony, right? What you have to realize is that your power is always in operation. You are on a daily basis either manifesting a miracle or a mess. You are either healing, right? Or you are hurting, right? You're doing one of two things. You're either creating or you're destroying at any given time, but at no time does that power shut off. That is what you have to become aware of. And so your power itself, there's nothing to be afraid of. Here's what's amazing is if you change your perspective of your power, instead of saying, I'm so afraid, I can't believe this is happening to me. It's a shift of, I'm curious. I'm curious to know, how does this power actually work? What can I actually do with it? And you lean into it. And when you lean into it, you'll start to actually hear how to use it. See, if you have anxiety around it and you're scared around it, you can't hear. What did we just say? If you got anxiety in your stomach, your internal GPS system is off. But if you are open and clear and you're leaning in, you will literally hear your inner voice tell you, this is what you do with your power. Because we all have a divine assignment to do with our power. So use it wisely. Awesome. Next question.
What is one thing you do on a daily basis to stay operating at a high frequency to achieve your goals?
I dance.
She does.
I dance, I move my body. For me, I live a high frequency life. My entire life, I intentionally move things in a certain way. You know, I have a joke I like to say, I'm true to this, I'm not new to this, right? Like, this is true, this is my real life, this is my real living room, this is really my personality when I'm in a good mood, right? This isn't a character, this isn't somebody that I put on, this is a part of me that comes out. And for me, you know, I just created a discipline for myself. And let me take it back a little bit, because this is something that some people know. If you've been with me for some time, you know this, but some people don't know that I was born and raised Muslim. And in Islam, Muslims, they pray 5 times a day. And I grew up in a household with 2 Muslim grandparents who were actually, my grandfather was actually an imam and founded one of the largest Islamic communities in the Midwest called the Milwaukee Islamic Dawah Center. And so I grew up as a little girl going to the mosque with my grandparents, praying 5 times a day at home, wearing my hijab, speaking Arabic, and living a very disciplined lifestyle. Islam is incredibly repetitious, disciplined, and it requires you to use your mind. And you're also quiet a lot. If you ever go into a Muslim's household, there's no music going, there's not a whole bunch of noise going. And the vibration of Arabic, it has a certain frequency to it. And this is so funny, whenever I start speaking Arabic, people go, oh my gosh, she's speaking another language. So I'm letting you know, I'm about to speak Arabic, so don't be shocked, okay? So in Islam, it is a smooth frequency. So I'll say a prayer called the Al-Fatiha. It's A'udhu billahi minash shaitan rajim. Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Alhamdulillahi Rabbil Alameen. Ar-Rahmanir Rahim. Maliki Yawmiddin. Iyyaka na'budu wa iyyaka nasta'in. Ihdina siratal mustaqim. Siratal ladina an'amta alayhim. Ghayril maghdubi alayhim waladdallin. Ameen. Right? So you felt the frequency of it. It moves at a certain energy. And so for me, I grew up in that environment. And so for about the first 15 years of my life, I was trained to be spiritually disciplined. And then when I got older and I went out on my own journey and began to explore religion and study theology, and then eventually I went to Bible school. I'm actually ordained, so if y'all want to get married, you know, let me know, holla at me. I mean, I may be a few $100,000 to come marry you, but I'm just letting you know that it's an option. But, you know, I went on to study. I actually studied the Bible. I studied the Quran. I studied philosophy and understanding the dynamics of religion instead of just choosing to just believe what I was brought up in or what was given to me. And so I share that whole story with you to say that I, over my entire life, have been disciplined. And what I teach people, and I've always taught people for the last 13 years, is you must have a spiritual practice. Say that to yourself. I must have a spiritual practice. It does not matter what religion you are. It does not matter if you are Christian, if you are Muslim, if you are a Jew, if you are an atheist, if you worship the gods and goddesses, or you worship the rocks, or you just confused and don't know. At the end of the day, you must have some sort of practice that brings you back to your beliefs, brings you back to self, and disciplines your mind. And it's incredibly important right now. I'm telling you guys this flat out. You cannot just be out here in this world right now with no spiritual discipline. And when I say spiritual discipline, I don't mean watching church on Zoom or on the internet once a week, right? I am talking about every single day, waking up, going to a particular place, sitting your butt on the floor and getting grounded and being still and opening your mouth and sparking a conversation with God. Even if it's, God, I don't know what to say today, but use my mouth to speak. Whatever it may be, it's tapping in every day. There's a line in A Course in Miracles that says, only 5 minutes spent with the Holy Spirit every day is enough for the Holy Spirit to have control over your thought forms. And so you need to take 5 minutes every day. And let me explain what I mean when I say the Holy Spirit, because some people say, Chanel, you're confusing Islam with Christianity. What do you believe? What is it? Listen, there is only one energy, one God that created the universe, the heavens and the earth, right? That one God gave every single person on this planet dominion and power to be able to create this earth. So basically God said, here, I'm gonna make you, and I'm gonna give you everything you need to make it on this world. I'm gonna be up here watching and waiting and giving you whatever you ask for, right? See, a lot of people have a different understanding. They think that God put us here on this earth, and then if we want something, we gotta look up to him and wait for it. No. He gave you the power. And no matter what religion you are in, if you really take the time to understand the religion and understand the principles of it, it will lead you back to that same principle. That I, meaning you, say this to yourself, I have the power of God in me. Yes. Make sense? Amen. All right.
All right, this one. What do I do about broken people that are always attracted to me? And my love draws me even deeper into their brokenness.
Oh, honey. What do I do about broken people who are always attracted to me? Somebody, let's do the math. What do I do about broken people that are always attracted to me? One more time, you ready? What do I do about broken people that are always attracted to me? Anybody want to give the answer? It is a reflection of you, my love. And I say that with love, and it is not to call you broken, but it is to say that this is a reflection calling you to do some self-healing, calling you to rise to a higher place, calling you to evaluate what am I doing to continually operate on this vibration of where I am attracting these people. Let me talk about attraction for just a second, because that's a common thing. We look outwards and think, oh, these people are so ungrateful. Oh my God, these people, they always taking from me, right? Or I'm always attracting broken and toxic people. But see, you have to realize you are the common denominator, right? You are the common denominator because you are the attractor, right? And so whatever vibration you are operating on, so if I'm moving at this direction, and this direction is a direction of insecurity, of uncertainty, frustration. I'm watching the news. I'm dealing with all the stuff happening in the world, and I'm emitting that vibrational frequency. What I am doing is I am calling forth other people who are operating on that same vibration. And then they show up and you just get uncertain with each other and you're just two mirrors to each other, right? And so if you are experiencing that in your life, it's time for self-reflection to say, I have to raise my vibration. I have to change my perspective. I have to do my self-healing. And yes, I may have to release some people. But here's what's fascinating about releasing people, okay? A lot of times when people want to release certain folks out of their life, they go and they say, girl, I am done with her. I am so done with her. Let me get on my Facebook and block, and they go do what I like to call a block party, right? And they try to cut everything out of their life. But then what happens is they wind up attracting the same type of person back, but just in a different body, right? What happens is when you do the inner work to remove people from your life, meaning I'm going to choose to be different from what I don't like, and I do my work, what happens is miraculously people begin to just find their way elsewhere. And I have an affirmation and a prayer that I like to say when it's time for people to be removed out of my life. I say, dear God, I thank you so much for all that this person has brought me, but I am moving to a higher level and I would like to release them. May they find their good, may they find their happiness, may they find their love elsewhere. I release them. Sever and cut all ties. And honey, I will cut that thing in the spirit, cut, and I'll bless them away. And miraculously, I get a phone call the next day. Actually, this just happened to me a couple of weeks ago. I said a prayer, I needed some people removed out of my life. It was getting so heavy and so toxic. I said, okay, wait a minute, Chanel. You got some self-evaluating to do. And I did my evaluating, and I said, yeah, you know what? You were acting a little weird in that spot. Come on, let's heal that. Then I said, God, thank you so much for these people. May you release them, bless them, give them their highest good, but give it to them elsewhere. Be free. The next day, the very next day, they manifested an argument. And in the argument, I just stood back and I said, wow, they're arguing. I don't have to. And I let them argue and they marched themselves right on out of my life. And I haven't talked to them since and sent it off with love, with blessings and light. And so releasing people out of your life doesn't have to be this egotistical, I'm done with this person. No, it's just our season was complete. Our season was complete and I'm thankful. Final question.
How do I continue my secret awakening journey? I am loving my results.
Oh, now y'all know I'm not gonna lead you this far and leave you in the middle of the road. Of course I wouldn't. So after the Sacred Awakening journey, I am really, really excited to bring people through sort of a passageway and on different levels, because what I realize right now in what it is that we're learning here about awakening our chakras and this new understanding of self that a lot of people are moving into, that we've got a lot of people that are on some different levels, right? I've been working with several hundred of you who are taking this for the last 5 or 6 years or so maybe, in and throughout my Sacred Circle membership, and you've been taking courses and you've really been doing the work. And so you're at perhaps a more mature space spiritually and you understand some of this stuff a little bit deeper. And then we have some brand new people who are just waking up like, whoa, wait a minute, you mean to tell me I got power over my life? Whoa! And they're ready to actually learn the principles, right? I believe that there are two different things. You have principles and then you have practice. I want everybody to say that. You have principles and then you have practice, okay? Principles do nothing without practice, and practice does nothing without the right principles, right? You need them both. And so there are different levels, and so I'm really, really excited. I'll be taking applications for my Sacred Circle private mentorship first, and that is for the women who have graduated from the basic teachings. This is for the people who are ready to really walk in their leadership and go out into the world and do the type of work that I'm doing, but with your tribe and in your community, and for the people that you are called with and called to. And we do work on a higher level. You know, we open the body up just a little bit more, and then, you know, just a little 1-2. You know, we pray a little bit deeper beyond, you know, God, thank you. You know, we do rituals a little bit stronger. You know, we cook a little bit more seasoned in our food. We do miracles just a little bit higher, you know. We're healers and light workers and goddesses. And so I'm really excited to work with those women. I'm only taking 333 women. And so I wasn't going to talk about this until the last night, but since you're talking about it now, if that is a journey that you are feeling in your soul, that you would like to walk with me in a higher space, and you're ready to invest in yourself and in your time and your life, then you can apply to be a part of my Sacred Circle, and I'll be releasing the application on the last day. All right, so just say yes now in your soul. And then I'm also excited to launch my Chanel's Classroom, which is gonna be so much fun. I gotta say this for a second. Now, below in the comments, let me know who is like an original Chanel Cooper Sykes student. I'm talking about like when we had put the pole in the kitchen back in 2009 and we used to do our massage classes. Anybody remember the massage class I taught with the big strong guy with all the tattoos all over his body? Y'all remember that? We did, honey. We did. I taught them all the good stuff years ago. And so I'm really, really excited to open up Chanel's Classroom, which is a combination of my body of work over the last 13 years. And so there's literally hundreds of hours of courses and classes, from mindset to entrepreneurship, understanding manifestation, self-love, branding. I mean, everything is inside of the classroom. And then I'm excited to bring back some new classes from a fresh new level and fresh new perspective. We got to learn how to do this sacred face and get this sacred body together. And we've got to learn how to actually use our words and learn the language of sacred talk. Very different from your average talk, right? So I'm really excited about that, and that is Chanel's Classroom. Chanel's Classroom will be open to anyone and everyone who wants to learn the principles, say principles, the principles of manifestation and living an amazing life. And then Sacred Circle is for the practice. It's for the practice. All right? I love it. Thank you guys so much for joining me tonight. Tonight was so special and incredible. Thank you. Thank you for letting me move a little bit, you know? You gotta move a little bit. We're gonna leave out of here tonight choosing. First of all, choose. Are you gonna be in Sacred Circle or are you gonna be in Chanel's Classroom? I need you to choose. But I also want you to choose who you wanna be in this new world. I want you to choose who you're gonna serve. I want you to choose how you are going to feel. Yes, let's choose. What you say? Choose it. Hey, what you say? Wait. Go ahead, choose what you really wanna do. Hey, choose what you really listen. Go ahead, choose what you really wanna do. What you gonna do? Choose what you really wanna do. You gotta choose, y'all. You gotta choose. Everything is available to you. All things are possible. There is no thing that you cannot do. It is your mind. It is your heart. It is your decision that makes the difference. The power is in your hands. I love you guys, and I'll see you guys tomorrow. Good night, everybody. What you really wanna do? Hey! Go ahead, choose what you